Wisconsin is a dockyard ship, okay? And as such, it's no longer available, but she's essentially an Iowa Tier 9 brought up to Tier 10. She's got a few things going for her to differentiate herself from the Iowa. The main thing is her funny button. So when she charges up the funny button here, she gets basically for 20 seconds, she gets, where is it? 80% reduction in consumable preparation time and 50% reduction in main battery reload time. Fantastic ship if you know how to time the funny button right. And in order to build up progress, you have to, what is it? Main shell hits, isn't it?
Yep, you have to get direct hits.
Yeah. So you charge up the funny button. And the thing that a lot of people don't understand is when it comes to this ship, a lot of people look at the reload, main battery reload, and say, that's what I want to use it for. It's helpful, but honestly, what you want to use it for is the consumable prep and reload time. You heal, you DCP. As soon as it's done, you hit the trigger, your funny button, and then your DCP and heal are available again really freaking quick. This helps keep you alive in really dirty situations. So, anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at what Armact has for his Wisconsin. He's got main armaments, damage control, probably the best thing you put on there. You're not going to lose your engines or rudder that much. Artillery plotting room in slot 3, fire and flood reduction in slot 4, concealment, and then of course American plotting room, artillery plotting room in slot 6. And you've gone with the spotting aircraft over the fighter. Perfectly fine build if you ask me. I know Armact hates fires, but
not a fan of those.
You could also consider changing out to steering gears because your rudder shift time is abysmal. Or if you just play in the back, it's not such a big deal. Propulsion could be handy too, but Armact hates fires.
I prefer a prop mod.
Yeah. Totally don't need that range mod. This one?
Third slot.
Yeah. Why don't you need this mod, Uniball? This mod actually helps with your dispersion for everything within that range. Within your standard range, you get tighter dispersion.
It's slightly better, not that much better.
Yeah.
So my thinking on that is since I'm running Halsey, I definitely don't, and I have greased the gears on Halsey. It doesn't really help me that much to have the faster turret traverse. So might as well be a little bit more accurate, a little bit more scary if there's a carrier that pops up in the back.
Yeah. I could see the argument though for the turret traverse.
The stationary carrier in the back, such a niche argument, it's not even worth mentioning. You're only taking it for the -3 to vertical dispersion.
Yeah. The turret traverse is not that bad on the Wisconsin. Like, honestly, like, why? I don't think you need turret traverse there.
Well, stock it's 45.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
the argument for turret traverse is when he's making a turn, you can keep your turrets to bear.
Yeah, but if you've got John Doe, at that point, you get 31 second 180 degree. So it drops it down significant.
Yeah, this is Halsey. So he's got greased gears. Yeah, he's got the buff greased gears.
Seconds now. This is fine.
Okay, I'm sorry. The guide I have says use John Doe, so that's the only reason I spoke up.
I mean, Halsey or John Doe is fine. Halsey is better because of the talents you can proc. So, anyway, it's still suboptimal to take greased gears on whiskey. I don't agree with that. I think it's fine. Because I get what you're saying. You're saying drop this and then go for turret traverse here and live with 39 seconds of turret traverse. I mean, you could do that and do something else, but
what do you actually gain from this? Like, what are you doing with your spare points? What are you gaining
target?
if you drop the greased gears?
But again, see, this is where you guys are going too far forward and like, Anyways, let's keep it at the artillery plotting and what he's got set up here. So. You like brisk over grease the gears. So you've got Halsey, and we talked about he's got the buffed skills here for gun feeder and for grease the gears. And then for talents, of course, if he gets Confederate, he gets a buff to his main battery reload time. If he gets a double strike, he gets ship detectability, which is okay, whatever. I mean, it's fun, but that's not what you care about so much. So besides that, you've gone for preventative maintenance, AA defense and ASW experts, adrenaline rush, and the typical tank stuff here. So emergency repair, concealment, and fire prevention. Why preventative maintenance?
So it was sort of I have 1 point left over. It was the last skill I got.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, I'm taking an AA buff for main, or not for main battle, for ASW and AA specialist.
Mm-hmm.
I figured it would kind of synergize with that. It would maybe keep my main guns from getting knocked out if there was a close sort of like range sort of situation.
Okay.
I didn't really see the other skills doing a whole lot for me.
I mean, if you're down to 1 point, yes. And I get that you're doing this mostly for the consumable prep time if you're anti-air's firing, right? So that makes sense. If you're going to do this, then real quick, you can also consider picking up one of these special modules instead of main battery. This helps your DCP last so much longer, your invincibility period. So you're at 22 seconds now. With that, now you go to 30.8 seconds. You gain almost 9 full seconds of additional invincibility. Or you go for the spotting aircraft mod if you use spotting aircraft a lot and keep your spotting aircraft up.
Yeah, I would probably, next time I get the coal, or actually, no, I think I reset my Montana, so I think I have that mod already in the inventory. I could just go ahead and drop the repair party mod 1. I could drop that in there.
Oh, yeah, the damage control one.
Or yeah, the damage control. My bad.
Yeah, and that's fine. This is great on American battleships just because of the extended action time. Also Pan American, but you know.
So Uber had a point though. I like Brisk too on the Wisconsin, to be honest. And here's
she's
an
tanky.
idea. What you can do is you drop the 4-point heal skill and you drop the preventive maintenance. This gives you 5-point yep for this.
I know where you're going. Yeah.
Part of me just died inside.
Why?
I swear by that 4-point heal skill.
Why?
Well, for a couple reasons. One of which is that very often I'll put myself into a situation where I'm not going to survive to get 4 heals, not to mention, 5. I need to get, every heal that I can get needs to be all of the heal. So that extra 10% really helps for me.
So is this captain solely only for Wisconsin?
And that's the other thing is no, I run him on, Arizona, West Virginia 41, Alabama.
Okay, that makes it
basically all of my American premium battleships.
Okay, and where's he at on tech tree?
Des Moines.
Perfect. Okay. So, I mean, Brisk has less value, but so does improved repair party readiness at the lower tiers, especially.
That's only for Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And the lower tiers, you don't. I mean, you would probably want the Brisk to help on the Arizona because she's so slow, but.
No, you want greasy gears more.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the other thing, yeah.
So, okay. Well, fine. I mean, and that's one of the things that, you have to figure out is, if you're going to make a build that works for you that also applies to multiple ships, or do you want a specialist build just for Wisconsin? So, fair point. I'm surprised with how much you hate fires and stuff. I'm surprised you didn't take basics of survivability as well, but there's probably just no room in your build for it, right?
Yeah, well, the thing I noticed was that with all of the plane spam going around, getting that damage control back up.
Oh, it's so great.
Almost 50% faster a lot of times. I'll have my AA going the entire time. That cuts the fire down pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's also thing to consider though. You said you need to get all the value out of each heal because you often don't even get to all the heals. If you take the improved repair party readiness, you get your heals back quicker too. So you might actually get to use all your heals if you
At tier
have
10 only,
this.
yes.
But yeah, this is tier 10 only. Maybe 9, but even 9 is questionable.
Yep.
Strictly for the Wisconsin, I think this is better than the 4-point scale.
Now, one final thing, Armac,
That's kind of debatable.
Yeah, one final thing to consider, Armac, with the emergency rep expert, because you get that 10% bonus to action time for damage control party. That means that you can heal more damage, right? And you're probably going to take, you took the HP restored flag. So here's the problem. A lot of players don't heal until they can get maximum heal damage out of it. So in a sense, you're healing 10% later than you maybe should be. Because if you're the kind of person that waits until that thing flashes and says, "Hey, dummy, time to heal," that could actually hurt you. Because in a situation where you need that last heal up sooner, it's not available because you waited until you could get maximum healage. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
So this is good. It's just you have to be saying, okay, I'm almost to a full heal now, and I'm about to get involved in a battle, so let's start healing now instead of I'm gonna wait until it pops up. That's all.
Another thing to bring up, the DCP mod 2 in the slot 4, that's not very efficient with the US battleships because they heal more. Their improved repair parties heal a little bit more. So if you burn longer, that you don't care as much. It doesn't synergize as well, is what I'm saying.
Okay. And I suppose if you're DCPing more frequently with the planes as well, you could make the argument for going for something else. That's fair.
Yeah, I would rather see you try prop mod or rudder mod. That way you can dodge damage a bit better.
Yep. So the rudder mod is really important if you find yourself giving side to battleships too much and then dying because you just can't correct that mistake. Also, torpedoes, right? Because you have to turn. And then propulsion is really good if you find yourself, like, if you like to sit a lot and then you have salvo from across the map shoot at you and you try to move forward and scooch and you just can't. But, right, I was just going to say that, Unival. Prop mod synergizes more so with brisk because then that extra 10% to your ship speed plus the acceleration means you go really fast really quickly. So
the acceleration only helps at low speeds.
Right, but if you're not spotted and you're at low speed, then this was a big, that really helps you get out of situations quickly. But otherwise, yeah.
I don't think I'd being entirely comfortable not having basics of survivability and not having the slot 4 damage control. But
I like 2 as well, like 2 sources of fire reduction.
If I change that up, I could see how that would be useful for sure.
Okay. So you got ship HP flag, fire reduction, heal boosting, and speed. You're trying to conserve flags, so that's all you're running. Fine.
Well, I want to say it. If you're not going through all 5 of your heals, your aiming sucks.
Oh yeah, Wisconsin for sure.
That's really where you should be getting your heals out of, not any skills and stuff. Just landing those shells.
Okay. Well, let's get to the game and let's see how it plays. General quarters. So, look at that. No carriers. Just a how and lieu for planes, right? Yeah.
It's enough planes if he decides to drop on you.
Yeah, you can also overextend and just die too soon. That's true. And especially if you take brisk, you can overextend even quicker. So
there's nothing wrong with overextending. It's your teammates that just failed to support your bad decision.
There you go.
So, which ships do you think you're strongest against, and which ships do you think are your main threats?
Libertad's main threat.
Okay.
Because he can wiggly bounce, secondary me. He's scary. He just always is.
So Secondaries go Bert.
If I get stuck in a sort of a fixed fight against the Howden Lu, where, we're both sort of at a standoff, and he can get airstrikes. I can't push him, he can't push me. I think that tends to benefit him. And then, I don't want to get caught out by the sub. Just like back in my mind.
Mm-hmm. This is
All
I
right.
think the scariest
pretty
ship
good
is
matchmaking
actually
for
the
you.
Colombo.
I would add, the two other ships I would add, as Grunty said, Colombo, because SAP doesn't care about your angle.
Yeah, and you can't heal back. Like it's not that it does fire damage and you heal it all back. It's the sap is like pen damage and you won't heal. Is it half or is it 60% on the Wisconsin back? So,
And then
I
Genon
was look at Colombo there. My bad. Yeah, for sure.
Genon and Kagero are specific because if you're kiting away, you don't care. If you're pushing into them, you go next.
Yep. Anyway, I like your initial open here, coming through this way to get behind the islands. It does keep you a little bit safer early on. I would like to see your Libertad not hiding as much, but okay.
the one issue here is you spawned on the submarine flank, although the enemy submarine is division, so it doesn't necessarily have to be here. But there's a good chance it is, until you see the Missouri somewhere.
Yeah, once you see the Missouri, you know where the sub probably is. Oh, nice hit on the Aegir.
And at this point, I'm willing to take a standoff, sort of outside the range of the airstrikes.
Okay.
I'm okay. I see the Libertad up there. We'll let this sort of develop a moment.
All right. We have a giveaway going, by the way, chat, so make sure you write something in chat. If you are watching on YouTube, on Kick, or on Rumble, head on over to the stream. Make sure that you type something in and you're a follower of the stream. Okie dokie. Missouri's over here.
Yeah, but someone must die first.
Libertad, broadside, and Missouri-ish?
I would have wanted to shoot the Missouri first if he stayed broadside, but he wasn't going to do that. So.
Libertad is the more immediate threat. So since he is a secondary ship, secondary ships are a bit different than other battleships. Like 1 HP Yamato is still a major threat, can death strike you. Secondary ships, their effective power goes down quickly the more they take damage. So since he chunked Libertad out early,
Nice hit.
yeah. Since he chunked out Libertad super early, he can't really go back into secondary range without dying.
Yep, and you charge up your funny button now, so that's good.
Yeah, you could even just blow your funny button on Libertad if you want.
I didn't like the angle he was at, and I felt like maybe I might want it to for my consumables or something later.
You're
You
pretty
could-
healthy.
And you're behind
You're
everybody.
healthy and you can charge up it up again later.
Right. So, I agree. I would probably use it for the reload. Okay, you just decided to do that too.
Yeah, told you.
Yeah, go. I'd go for the Missouri there, but okay.
So there's actually a small trick you can do. If you time your salvo to land just as the combat instructions run out, then you can just pre-charge your next salvo.
Right. Because they land, your combat instructions are done, and then you get the initial boost. Hey, look, planes.
Yep.
Quick, use all your consumables so you can get them back quicker. Yeah, no, it works on anything with a funny button you need to charge up.
It didn't work for the super ships version for some reason. That might change later though.
I'm okay with that not changing.
Right. Now, I wouldn't have shot there. I would have kept I would have tried to stay dark and get farther up on them, on their flank before shooting.
You're slightly under leading, and actually that kind of screwed your charge over there.
Yep.
Yeah, missing that.
The ship is on fire.
Well, he turned in too. I almost let him to. I guess I didn't anticipate the turn really at all.
And you're losing some time here, trying to go back and forth. So this is kind of what I was talking about with the stay dark moment there. Like you could have looked for an opportunity to shoot the Aegir instead, but you just took it on a lion and missed.
That I would have not shot. Just get closer at that point.
Right, exactly. Also, that was another real bad whiff.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, it didn't matter.
Oh, hello, Missouri. Is it time for you to do the bow in and reverse thing? It might be.
Me or the
Good
Missouri?
song trick. Yes.
Fair.
I mean,
But at
you've
this
got
point,
The ship is on fire.
you got Missouri, Gaunlu, Montana, Lion, and Aegir that you're risking.
Yep. If you can get behind that rock, you actually might consider starting to turn out. Because you're starting to get overextended.
Yep. And I might have been looking at the Gaunlu instead of the Missouri right there. Look at that nice side he's giving you. Look at that nice side.
Ideally-
You're trying to assert dominance.
Yeah, Golden Lou or Aegir would have been great. Aegir so you can kill him, get his firepower out of the fight. And then Golden Lou for that sweet death strike.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I knew
Bound
I
enter
needed
to
to make,
congrats.
starting to be time to make something happen here, and everyone's ignoring me. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
keep
great.
taking space.
Yeah. They're shooting your teammates.
They are shooting my teammates, and this is why I'm grateful for teammates.
That's what teammates are for.
Wow.
Come on, I've gone to the pudding school.
Okay.
So you actually should have waited on that salvo for a bit.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
I'm so,
So
glad
that the
I'm
shells
not the only
would-
one eating my words today.
Yes. If you waited 3 seconds, you would have killed him, and had that salvo count for this combat instructions.
Yeah. So just a slight boost to getting it available again sooner. That's all.
Crews are on full alert.
Considering your teammates are all trying to die, you want to squeeze out as much firepower as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I don't think they're trying. I think they're succeeding as a team.
the enemy's trying their best to have them not succeed at that. So it is a kind of precarious situation.
Where did his shells go? The lion shells. I was looking. I'm like, you're coming up pretty side, and then the shells just disappeared.
That was shot too low.
He
And also-
probably didn't see my hole before he took the shot, so he just whipped way low.
Also, you know
That time he
time
didn't.
you shot the Aegir? If you used that trick I told you earlier, you could have reload boosted this Lion. Or this Golden Loop.
You can still reload boost the whole low, I think.
Well, here it comes. And the big thing for you is to get that heal up again. There it goes. Can you punch him in the nose? Oh yeah. Hey, look, Confederate fireworks.
Enemy cruiser.
I like
And all this-
fireworks.
Problem solved.
There were a
I
couple
like-
times there where I was waiting to hit a new ship so I could get closer to hitting Confederate.
Uh-huh.
It's the potential damage count 2.2, so
Yeah.
that would have been IRR proc 2.
Yeah, but look how much you can heal back right now. Like, so much of that is gone because of full pen damage and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't have the other 4-point skills, so he would still be the same amount of heals.
I'm not talking about the heals. I'm talking about how much of his ship he can heal back right now.
Yeah,
emergency expert.
that's what I mean, Seth. Like having less of the heals from the IRR each, the 10% would not make much of a difference here.
Right, but by the
That's
same
what I'm
token,
getting
neither
at.
would having an extra heal. That's the point I'm
I
trying to
mean,
make.
he has the extra heal from the 4-point skill already.
Right, but if he
wouldn't-
didn't and then he procced it and he got an extra heal, he said, look, I can heal. Oh, I can't heal anymore anyway. Nice Kraken.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
I jumped out of my seat when I got that because I didn't realize how many kills I had. I think I had forgotten about nuking the sub earlier.
Oh, yeah, that's easy to forget about.
It's just Wisconsin things. Once you start
Smed.
snowballing, you snowball hard.
That reload is so nice right now. 20 seconds.
Look at that.
That's why a lot of people think Wisconsin's overpowered because you can just against like 1v1s. Like if you're fighting like 1 or 2 ships, Wisconsin's overpowered as hell.
I mean, I took that almost in. It wasn't a 4v1, but because I did have that little ball of teammates.
No, it was just isolated 1v1s. That's it.
It was, yeah, you use the island really well to isolate stuff. Only Smed, hey, thank you for the raid. How's it going, by the way?
Like
Whiskey's
Wisconsin
maybe
does
OP?
best in just the 1v1s where you can constantly activate your reload booster like that.
Mm-hmm.
Against like bigger fights, it tends to be harder just because you don't have the HP to duke it out.
Review community trashed it initially, Naval, because they could. Going well, yeah,
They
very
don't-
fun stream.
Wait,
Awesome.
what?
No,
I don't think
I've-
this ship was badly reviewed.
The only person I remember that badly reviewed it was PQ, but he did a quick turnaround.
That was
The
in an area
RAM.
where PQ decided to do these kind of reviews where pretty much everyone was, oh, the ship is bad, and a day later, oh, I was wrong.
No, PQ was the only one I remember that didn't like the ship to start.
Hmm.
Like everyone else I saw thought it was either overpowered or super good.
Okay.
Too weak.
Either way,
Think
dude,
above.
nice job. Almost 200,000 damage. Confederate, Dreadnought, Close Quarters Expert, and Kraken. And first place. Nicely done.
Thank you.
I'm trying to think of like,
Suki put in some work too, huh?
well, for one, he's bottom tier, so that helps. But yeah, well, we can see on the replay render. For those of you guys who jumped in on Only Smed's raid, I'm Lord Zath, a North American community contributor, and we are doing replay analysis stream right now. We're finishing that part up. We're going to transition to live play in a little bit, and we're looking at a Wisconsin replay from Armac. Yeah, I don't know what other things, I like the suggestion from SAT about like you hit the funny button and then you don't click your mouse right away, right? And you just try to wait 3 seconds and then shoot. Like that sort of thing. It's an interesting thought. I'd never even thought about that much myself.
It's kind of a high level technique.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't use it from what I saw. But it helps a
Sure.
lot to get that little bit of damage. And if the fight if it wasn't as much as in your favor, you could have really gotten a good benefit out of it.
That makes sense, right? Because the sooner you can use your funny button, the sooner you can reuse your consumables or, boost up your reload, that sort of deal, right?
Basically, you can think of it as shaving off one entire salvo off of your next funny button activation, which is
Right.
25 seconds or so.
Right.
25 to 30, which is a big difference.
Awesome.
It's even more of a difference if you look at it like ships at the Libertad with the funny button, right? If you can time it there. Because the reload is even longer.
And you're less likely to get as many hits from a salvo.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good to know. See, I learned something this game. All right. Well, let's put the replay render up, and if there's any ideas for a title, please feel free to share. And then after this is done, we're going to move into live play stuff.
There was a brief moment here, right at the start of this game, where I thought our Libertad was not going to full send it and die quickly.
Mm-hmm. But he lived up to the ship name.
Yeah, he did.
Whiskey, go on. I have not gotten the random ship pick mod electric. No.
Looks like I had 2 salvos there, one a little earlier and one just now on a broadside line, 3, that just didn't
Nothing.
underwhelming amounts of damage.
Well, I think 1 or 2 of those were complete whiffs.
That A gear, if you were more patient with your shot, then you could have killed him right there. Or at least almost killed him.
Mm-hmm. That was the part I was talking about, staying dark and getting closer.
For sure.
Yep.
100 proof explosion. I like the idea of a whiskey reference in the title. 100 proof?
Barrel proof.
Did you just see this at the bottom? The enemy cargo trying to YOLO rush the Colombo and absolutely getting his face wiped.
66 shots. Wait, the Wisconsin's number is 66, right?
66. Let me
So
double
it
check.
should be 66
Or
proof.
Is that
Right?
even can 66 proof even be considered a whiskey?
64.
So it'd be 64 proof. Okay. I'm just saying, you know, or you could always do cask strength or something like that. $66 was the hit count when you sent the message. Ah, okay. Well, nice game, dude. I mean, I want to see. Actually, I want to see this again. I want to see the. I want to see that Kagura you were talking about yellowing a Colombo.
Yeah, I missed that. I saw the Colombo out there doing his own thing. Even in the game, I was like, oh,
Living his
hope he's
best
having
life.
fun or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to be honest, I don't know why the Colombo was even down there. I just
Well, what else did they have to do?
So Akazuki is fighting over the decap, which is obviously we know where the Kagura is going to be.
Yeah, I think the Kagura looped down right at the border 10 line because the Akizuki went through go for the B cap.
Yeah, his last spotted was over by the fidget spinner island, I think. Pretty sure that's his triangle. But the Colombo is doing the right thing of recognizing I'm overwhelmed and turning and trying to kite away. That's why he was so far south.
But he turned back
There's the
then
torps.
at some point.
There's the torps. Okay, so the Cag torps just went by and oof, somebody just got yeeted. There's the Kagura. He's using his guns! He's using his guns!
Didn't
Why is it
the
about using guns?
did the Colombo shoot before he started opening up at least?
No. Maybe, but it looked like he just turned. So he just charged the Kagura and whiffed again, and then secondaries look like or something. No, primary. I don't just. My God. Wow. What do you guys think? 64 proof or cask strength? Well, we can change it to 100 proof. I don't care. But anyways, let's get out of this. Get out of this.
BB-64 proof if you do. So it's not like
Wolfie, what are you doing?